Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you in advance for giving 5 minutes of your time. We are so blessed po sa preaching ng Pastor Dan. So, I just want to share a testimony of a Kairos season of our lives here, even not just me, but even for our church here in Mississauga. 7 years ago, I never imagined that God would give me a specific instruction that I would hold dear in my heart. Everything I knew, everything I experienced, and everything I held on to, everything given completely to the Lord. I thought serving God 7 years ago was just all an adventure, but I didn't know that 1 year after, God would test me to the utmost. I received a message that's for my mom, and I didn't know that this word existed. It's two words. It's called terminal illness. My mom was diagnosed with an illness, and the doctor said she only has 3 years to live. I never imagined that I would hear something uh, from physically speaking, right? When we talk about times and years of life, I know that only God holds our tomorrow. But hearing that physically, that they're saying, even the doctors are saying that my mom only had 3 years to live, I really had to value the life that we have here. I knew that God's calling is certain about me, but I had clouded questions and doubts with Him. I struggled to understand what God is doing in my life. And we all know that only God holds our days in His hands. So this reminded me that we are truly here today and gone tomorrow. So, what would we do with the limited time that we have here? In that certain year that I had, even for my family, I never let go of God's instruction. Over the years, I experienced every kind of terrain: mountains, valleys, long, quiet plateaus. There were seasons of raking, but there were also seasons of breakthrough. And somewhere in the deepest part of that wilderness, I encountered something that forever changed me. It was that profound encounter that God made my wilderness make sense. I then began writing songs. I then began sharing stories, and I found myself connecting with people who walk through the same seasons, same as me: seasons of waiting, pain, hope, and loss. And then 2 years ago, God gave me three words. He said, "It is time." 2 years ago, God told me to write, and so I did. What began as a simple quiet time on my journal, before I even realized it, it became a manuscript. Looking back now, I still cannot fully explain everything that God spoke to me 7 years ago, and seven speaks of completion. And this is the Kairos moment for this faithfulness of God. I have learned something from this. God will not waste anything that we have gone through, not our experiences, not our disappointments, not our tears, not even our past hurts and traumas. Every season has a purpose. There's a reason why you are who you are. There's a reason why you speak the way you do, why you are born in your family, in your generation, and in this nation that we are in, even as Filipinos. Why you are here in the season that you are in right now. Even when we cannot see it, God already knows the end from the beginning. And today, as I close this chapter that began 7 years ago with one simple instruction from God, I want to share with you all of the beautiful fruit of God's faithfulness. With a grateful and humbled heart, I am so blessed to announce that our book, my book, Providence in the Wilderness, is finally coming into light. Glory to God. By the way, thank you to my best friend-in-law for this creation, DNG Creations. This book is about navigating life through wilderness. And but more important than that, it is about discovering God's providence in that process. As I wrote this book, my purpose will be fulfilled if one person resonates with my wilderness and finds providence in the process. This book is not ultimately not about me, but I want to bring this home to my family first before we share it publicly to the world. Wow, glory to God. But this book is not ultimately my story. The true author of this book and this very life is God. He is the source of every page. He is the source of meaning and purpose, and He is the source of providence in the wilderness. It is with great joy that I announce that Providence in the Wilderness will be officially released September 1st, 2026. To God be all the glory. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you. God bless you.